Hello dear students, I am Prabhat Dubey, your biology teacher from LPM Public School, Gola Bazaar. We were discussing the protective tissues after the comparative analysis of parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. We have to study this protective tissues. What type of protective covering is found at the outermost layer of all the different parts of the plants? What is the major function of this type of protective tissues and how they check the water loss, how they make a protective covering that separates the environment and the internal structure of the plants protected through the adverse impact of environment, temperature, pressure, humidity, wind flow and different types of natural environmental activities. So we will study these things in detail. First one was epidermis, as we discussed what is the specific type of cell pattern that is found in epidermis. As it is mentioned in your book, that protective tissues are usually present in the outermost layer of the plant body. This layer is one cell thick, but in some plants and trees, this one layer cells are multi-layered also. We will know what type of plants and trees are there in our later discussion. These tissues protects the inner tissues of the plant body and they are mostly divided into two parts. First one is epidermis, as we discussed, and second one is cork or phloem. So we will have a slight glimpse of epidermis, then we will come to the second one, that is cork or phloem. You know that epidermis is the external outer layer. It is generally single layered. It can be multi-layered in some plants like ficus, nerium and orchids. And this upper layer is protected by a wax-like substance that is called cutin. And this cutin is making a layer that is protecting the epidermis through different types of environmental impacts. This secretion of cutin helps the aquatic plants to survive in aquatic environment. Otherwise, there is chances of death. You cannot make any plant survive if it is submerged in water. So the plants which are found submerged in water, they have some special type of environmental adaptation. So this is a burning example of environmental adaptation that is found in aquatic plants. This secretion of cutin and suberin-like substances don't allow the inner moisture go in the environment and don't allow the outer water enter into the cells. So both the mediums are separated in this outer covering of epidermis. In the same manner, we will study the cork cells, how there is different layers and how cork cambium and cork phloem are associated with each other. Okay. Some specific modifications that are found to check the loss of water from the internal tissues and also protecting from mechanical injuries invasion by parasitic fungus, bacteria, virus. So this epidermis protects the plants by checking the entry of these pathogenic and alarmic microorganisms. Each cell possesses peripheral protoplasm. We discussed a nucleus, a large central vacuole. Shape is variable. All cells are like parenchyma, but there is a single difference. There is no intercellular space in the epidermis. Now we will come to the main topic of our discussion, that is cork or phloem. Through this diagram, you can understand what is the positioning and how the cells are associated with each other, how this layer is contributing to the protection of plants and how this checks the water loss. This is very important aspect. If the water of the living cells are just going out, then the mechanism of the cells will be impacted in a very negative manner. So to prevent this water loss, this cork is playing a significant role. So first we need to study the structure of this cork or phloem, then we will come to the functional part. So, in your book it is mentioned that due to gradual thickness in diameter of dicot, stems and root, the outer peripheral cells form the cork cells of phloem. When you will witness a transverse section of any stem, then you will find that there are different types of circular rings, and when you will go to the periphery, the chances of the cells becoming dead are higher, and the outermost layer is almost dead. Now it depends on the age of the plant. What is the age? These annual rings are added after 1 year. So you can easily count these annual rings and you can calculate the age of the plants. Now we are talking about the outermost thickness. Suppose this is a transverse section of stem. Years of stem. So you will find the presence of this cork below the epidermis, and this is a very significant modification that is found in the mature dicot plants to protect the inner living tissues and to keep the environmental factors away from the internal structure. If the internal moisture is going out from the plant stem, then the chances of the cells becoming dead are higher. Okay. So, in your book it is mentioned that these cells are arranged in radial rows, circular rows, as it is mentioned. These are